Hello and welcome. Silrace here with Star Wars The Old Republic, and this is the thoughts, my final thoughts on the Sith Inquisitor storyline. Firstly, you are looking at a couple mails I have received in the game during this storyline. Various parts of it, you might remember those parts, you might not. Anyway, I want to talk about those first, because this is what I believe the BioWare writers really have gotten correct in basically all the storylines. You receive mail at various parts. Once you complete certain aspects of the game, you get mail which basically takes your attention back to the decisions you made. Essentially, like an hour later, after you have done something, you get a mail, you go check your mailbox in the game, it's like, oh, I received this and this message with a little bit of a reward, but it takes your memory, your mind, back to the things of, I decided to do that. Like the text content, I can't remember if the rewards differ, but the text content definitely does. So that's nice, that's nice. I really like that. But let's talk about the storyline itself. To me, the Sith Inquisitor storyline feels a little off from time to time. Like the fact that you are chasing after ghosts across the universe to drag ghosts into your body seems a little odd from time to time. It's like, what? And some of the ways you go about it also seem way odd. But, and I also have to mention the amount of times without control from the player your character just charges headlong into dumb things. It's like, oh, this guy is definitely more powerful than me, I'm just gonna attack them anyway. It just made no sense to me whatsoever. Like, why would you be this dumb? Anyway, so overall, the storyline to me, while it is a little bit all over the place, I do like some of the twists and turns it has. It's like, for example, Zash getting trapped into Kemwal's body. It's like, obviously, we all know how Sith stuff works, and everybody who plays this game comes to the, well, it comes to expect that you have to fight Zash at some point or another, but then he gets her getting trapped into Kemwal's body, Kemwal basically absorbing her into himself to protect you. That was fantastic. It was like, that is a kind of a twist and a turn which you don't expect. You don't expect that to happen. And those are the things which really captures me with this storyline. I really enjoy those things. Well, a few words about the companions before I simply conclude this and so forth. The companions, though, I love the Sith Inquisitor companions, simply because they are such a diverse bunch. So let's go through them in the, you know, arrangement you get them at. Kemwal. Absolutely love Kemwal. The way he transforms his, well, personality and his growth during the entire length of the game or the storyline is fantastic. The way when you first get him, the way he detests you, he hates you, he just wants to kill you, to the fact that once you banish Zash from his body, he's just basically ready to lay down his life for you. That is so good. Kemwal, absolutely brilliant. Andronicus Rebel, the way you get him made no sense to me. It's like, okay, so this guy just comes onto my ship? What? It's like, what's the purpose of you being here? And this is one of those characters I don't personally relate very well with. It's like, it feels like a very much of a side character who's just been put in there to, you know, give you an evil pirate who's been, you know, all over the place. And to me, he kind of felt hollow, but still, he's very different from the rest, and that kind of gives him a little bit of weight. Then there is Ashara Zavros, the Togruta lady, Togruta Padawan, who, who also has a very nice growth cycle essentially, within the story. It's like, gets in there, absolute, you know, I am a Jedi, but I am a radical Jedi, I hate you because you are a Sith, but somehow I am your apprentice, I'm not going to attack you. That kind of made no sense. Also the way you get her, with the fact that she just goes back to the Jedi Enclave to prepare for your arrival, well, that made no sense whatsoever either, but, I mean, some of the things have to be cut down to make a storyline workable, I guess. But anyway, also love the way she grows within the story, and the fact that eventually she simply accepts this, I am not a Jedi, I am not a Sith, I am something in between. Okay, cool. I am okay with that. It's like, I'm okay with you doing that realization and, you know, being yourself and stuff. Then of course there is Talos Drellic, who is absolutely brilliant character. Okay, granted, the way you get him also again makes no sense. The fact that he drops whatever he's been doing for majority of his life, I mean Imperial Reclamation Service and stuff, to just join you. Like, what? Okay, that was weird, but as a character, he is awesome. He's the kind of character who should have been in the, you know, replacing Jar Jar Binks in the freaking, you know, sequels. Because a guy who just, no matter what you do, he just doesn't get down. It's like, he's happy, he's ready to do things, and he's willing to go the lengths to get things done. But he's also always cheerful. And I really liked him as a character, as a, you know, completely different, completely opposite view of what you get for when you talk with Andronicus or Chemwall, who are basically all over the crazy sides of things. And this guy is just like, I like artifacts. Simple. Really? So yeah, and Twi'lek. I love Twi'lek. Unfortunately, you get him so late in the game, there is very little actual conversations with Twi'lek, but the fact that he, within those few conversations, you learn so much from him, he grows so much, it's brilliant. It's like, basically, first time you speak with him, basically he says one word, and then you start learning from him, like, or of him rather, and I love that. I love the kind of a character who can grow in a very short amount of time, but also be very different from the rest. We have bloodthirsty characters, others around here. He just simply murdered a twi'lek, whatever, apprentice, yeah, dude, just to get on, just to be able to survive, and is willing to do things. That's kind of nifty, and also it is kind of nifty character to add to all the others. And I like that basically so many of them are aliens. I like that. It's like, it's nice to have completely different aliens around. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and listening. And hopefully you enjoyed the Sith Inquisitor storyline. I did overall. Some of it, like I said, make no sense to me, but overall it's still quite enjoyable journey. Thank you very much for watching.